Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'll never forget that Christmas night. I was standing by the tree, the golden lights flickering across the ornaments, when my phone buzzed. A message. From a number I didn't recognize. I didn't even think twice at first, probably a friend wishing me Merry Christmas. But the message wasn't friendly. It was a photo of her. My wife. Smiling. In someone else's arms. For a moment the world went silent. The crackle of the fireplace, the faint jingle of distant carolers, even the laughter of friends in the other room, it all vanished. I stared at the screen, my heart refusing to beat normally, my mind racing with 1,000 questions. Had I imagined the signs? The late nights she claimed were work, the phone she guarded as if it were a secret, the sudden irritability when I asked simple questions. I told myself I was overthinking. I even blamed myself. But now, staring at that message, I knew I hadn't been. Earlier that day had felt perfect, almost too perfect. We had exchanged gifts, laughed over burnt cookies we baked together, and drank hot cocoa by the fire. Her smile had been the same as always, warm and loving. Or so I thought. Every hug, every kiss now felt like a lie I had been eagerly believing. I tried to shake it off at first. Maybe it was a cruel joke, some random person sending a random picture. But then the little things started to hit me. The phone buzzing in her hand when I was nearby, the quick deletion of texts whenever I glanced at the screen. I remembered the strange whisper of laughter during her late-night work calls, and the sudden hush when I entered the room. I had always given her the benefit of the doubt, always trusted her completely. I went to the kitchen to get some air. The cold winter night didn't help. It only made the ache in my chest sharper. My hands were trembling as I scrolled through her messages, her texts, her notifications, the little snippets of conversations I had never noticed. The more I saw, the more the room spun. Hidden details leapt out at me. Inside jokes that weren't mine, plans she hadn't mentioned, the way her phone lit up with names I didn't recognize. I had been living beside someone I thought I knew, and yet somehow I hadn't. When she finally came into the kitchen, her face was glowing with holiday cheer. She reached out for my hand, and I could feel the warmth of her skin, but it didn't reach my heart. I wanted to scream, to ask how long, why, and for what, but the words stuck in my throat. My mind replayed our 10 years together, every tender moment, every promise, every "I love you," she had whispered. How could all of that be nothing? Finally I confronted her. I don't even remember how the words came out. My voice cracked, my chest ached, and my hands were shaking so badly that I couldn't even hold my coffee cup. Who is he? I asked, the simplest question carrying a world of weight. Her eyes filled with tears, not the ones she usually shed for movies or when I surprised her with flowers, but real ones. Ones that screamed regret. She tried to explain, stumbling over words, blaming loneliness, excitement, mistakes. I wanted to reach for her, to pull her into my arms and somehow fix this, but I couldn't. The betrayal had already carved a hole too deep. Christmas night became a blur. I packed a bag while she sat on the sofa, silent and shivering. Every ornament, every half-eaten cookie, every light on that tree felt like a betrayal. A reminder that nothing could ever be the same. I left without saying much, the cold air biting at my face, but somehow it felt like the only place I could breathe. In the days that followed, I replayed everything. The laughter we shared now sounded hollow. The photos we took together felt staged, a performance she and I had played for the world. And yet, amidst the heartbreak, I realized something. I deserved honesty, respect, and love, not secrecy and betrayal. And for the first time in a long while, I chose myself. I haven't seen her in months. The Christmas tree was eventually taken down, and the house returned to silence. But I carry that night with me, not as a curse but as a lesson. A lesson in trust, in self-respect, and in knowing when love becomes something that hurts more than it heals. Sometimes I still think about that photo, that message that changed everything. But I've learned to breathe through the pain, to let the memory teach me strength instead of breaking me. That night was the most painful moment of my marriage, but it was also the beginning of my own freedom.